My follow-up is, if TKO can't make those changes to the Ali Act, will you still invest in the sport of boxing? Will you compete in the market?
Listen, if you want to be an asshole, let's do it in private and we can do an interview.
Yes or no?
If you want to showboat, I get it. If you have questions for these two that are fighting on Saturday, that's a different story.
Fight.
This isn't a discussion to have at a press conference.
The Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez press conference just took place. And these are the top 3 highlights, my people.
My question to you is, why then do you want to make sweeping changes to the Muhammad Ali Reform Act that is meant to protect fighters, to bring about a business model that currently has your company already paid out $375 million in antitrust lawsuits and has 2 potential pending class action lawsuits on the way as well?
Well, this is obviously a long discussion. If you want to talk to me about that, set up an interview. This isn't about me and my business. It's about these 2 guys on Saturday night.
Notice he doesn't even say his name as he gets the mic. That is Sean Zittle, my friends, a famous, popular boxing journalist, interviewer, whatever you want to call him. He knows the game. And he came out here at a perfect time. He knew how big of an event this is. To call out Dana White for everything that he has done when it comes to the law, being sued for $375 million by ex-UFC fighters for not getting paid enough. And Sean Zittle brings up the Muhammad Ali Act that him and Turkey are trying to get rid of. Because he questions if Turkey and Dana are trying to set something up, some type of monopoly up, where you're only going to get paid by fighting with them, and if not, go ahead and fight for another organization, but you will not make as much money. You guys, that was breaking news. Then you had Radio Raheem also adding a little bit of spice to the interview, finally calling Canelo Alvarez out on why he hasn't faced the Mexican monster David Benavidez.
Raheem down here for Canelo. As big as this fight is, as much anticipation as there has been, pundits and fans still will call for David Benavidez once this fight is done. Is that a fight that you can see happening before the end of your career?
Look, I never say no to anything. We'll see later.
We all know who Radio Raheem is. He's famous for to this day. But not just that. He's also a very popular journalist who's been covering the sport of boxing his whole life and knows the inside and outside game of it. You guys, what about the female as our number 3 pick for highlight of the press conference?
Is for Mabili. Pro Box, the champions. Sorry guys. What are you gonna do to, stop the momentum of Pro Box champions?
When you guys know this is a boxing press conference, right? But they're going a little bit different by adding Dana White and adding UFC production to this. This press conference was ran how UFC press conferences are ran, my friends. If you do not watch UFC, that is exactly how a UFC press conference goes. It's not the person in the middle, the promoters, the host, anybody asking questions. It's the media. The media gets to ask the questions. So that's why all these guys got the opportunity to ask these questions, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, man. The press conference altogether, if you're a boxing fan, I want to know your opinion, because I could see where people are 50-50 on this. Because to be honest, the first half of the press conference with Fernando Vargas Jr. and Colin Walsh and, Lester Martinez, Kristen Mabili, everybody out there, Jermaine Franklin, it's this Brandon Adams, man, going to take on Sergey Borachek. I was getting excited, him dressing up like an old man, playing games. I still didn't think it was that exciting. To top it off, when Max Kellerman came out and started speaking about it, started asking people, who asked the first question, nobody even knew what to do. He had to ask 3 times. Does anybody have a question for anybody up here?
Here on stage now, let's start the press conference. We're going to be taking questions from the media. Who is first? I don't see. Anyone got a question for the fighters? By my math, 9 fighters. If that's 18 people, you could ask questions.
Right? It wasn't until Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford came on after where it started to get a lot better, my friends. You guys, you had Canelo Alvarez coming out here with a black wife beater on, looking like he's ready. Terence Bud Crawford looking like he's ready. Turki Al-Sheikh coming and saying that neither fighter has an injury. The crowds were going absolutely insane. That moment when Team Crawford started barking it up, saying Crawford, Crawford, and then Canelo fans started barking it up.
¿Cómo? ¡Cállate!
You guys, I absolutely loved it. I love the face-off. What did we learn off the face-off? You guys, there's not a big difference in size here. Terence Bud Crawford looks exactly the same size as Canelo Alvarez, man. And he was looking in Canelo Alvarez's eyes. He was looking in them. And I'm telling you right now, man, I'm confident going into this fight, staying behind my Team Crawford pick, my friends. Woo! Man, dude, this was an absolutely insane press conference, and I'm interested from other boxing fans who have watched boxing press conferences before. How did you guys like the new UFC style press conference implemented for this fight, my friends?